Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we will learn about the something super important in Go, which is called the zero values. So in a Go, wherever you declare the variable but you do not give it any value, Go automatically assign it default value behind the scene. This default is called the zero values. Now you might be wondering, why should I care about this? Well, in some other programming languages, if you forgot to initialize a variable, it might contain some garbage value, or it might even throw an error when you try to use it. That can cause the bugs which are really hard to track down. But Go doesn't do that. It's smarter. Go take care of this for you. Even if you do not give your value, Go will still assign something safe and predictable. That's a zero value. So as a beginner, this is super helpful. It means your program will not crash just because you forgot to set a value. So you will always start with a non and default state. Think of it like this. You walk into your first day at a new job and they have already set up your desk with a basic chair, laptop and water bottle. You did not bring anything, but you can still start working. That's how zero value work. Go setups the basic for your variable so you do not have to, and that makes Go more reliable and beginner friendly. So in a Golang, every variables you create, even if you do not assign a value to it, will automatically have something called the zero value. Now, is this a big deal? Let me explain with a simple example. Imagine you are in a college exam, you forget to fill in your name on the answer sheet. In most cases, the teacher will not know who brought it, right? So that's kind of what happens in the some other programming languages. If you do not initialize a variable, it may contain the garbage data like random junk left in the memory, and that can create a weird bugs which are super hard to find. But Go doesn't let that happen. In Go, the moment you declare the variable, Go automatically give it a default value. For example, numbers become the zero, booleans become the false, and string become an empty string. This way, your variable always start from the clean state. This make your code safer, like wearing a seat belt even if, before the car start moving. You do not have to worry about the random surprises because the variable is in known state from the beginning. It also fits the Go philosophy. Go wants to be a simple, safe, and readable. And when your variables are always predictable, your code become easier to read, debug, and maintain even in the big projects. Think about the stock and array in a program. Maybe you are in working on the form for the job portal, and there's a field for experience. Even if the user doesn't fill it in, so the variable will not crash your app or behave strangely. It will be just by zero by default, the zero value. So yeah, zero value may seem like a small thing, but it actually helps you write bug free code without doing any extra work. So here we have taken an one example of a zero value in a stock. So here you can see we have declared the bunch of variables without initializing anything, and then afterwards we have simply print our statement. So now let's try to understand this example in a VS Code. So in the VS Code, we have defined one struct which is called the demo struct with the struct attribute, and inside the struct we have defined bunch of the variables without initializing any value. And then afterwards you can see we have printed all the values. So you might be wondering what should be the output of this console. So let's try to run this program and try to understand what should be the output. So here you can see integer field, it is giving the zero value, float field giving the zero value, boolean field false value, string field empty string, pointer field null, slice field empty string, map field map of array, then afterwards channels field null value, interface null value, and function field null value. So in a Go, when you create a variable but do not assign anything to it, Go automatically give it a default value. We call that zero value. Let me walk through this zero value table. It tells us what value different data type get when they are just declared but not assigned anything. So first one is where I integer. So where I integer always start with a number. So it is a default value is 0. Then afterwards, where I have float 64. So default value is 0, but it is always start with a decimal. So default value is 0.0. Then afterwards, where be bool. So boolean value holds the true or false, but we did not have declared anything yet. So by default value is false. Whereas string, so here it is nothing written like a letter and space. It is always written default value empty string. Then afterwards, where p star integer, so it is a pointer to an integer. So pointer means it holds the address of the some variable. So it is a pointing to nothing yet. So by default value is null value. Then afterwards, here you can see empty slice. So empty slice always return the null value because we did not assign and pointing to anywhere yet. Then afterwards, where am map string of integer. So here am is a map like a dictionary where you can store the key value pairs. For example, student name and their mark. So it's a 0 value is null value. So it means that map is not created yet. Then afterwards, ch is channel. Go feature used for the communication between the different parts of a program. Again, its 0 value is null because it is not connected anywhere. Then afterwards, interface. So interface is an empty interface, a very flexible type that can hold any value. So it default value is its a default value is null value because because we do not have assign and hold anything here. So now where fn function. So where fn function meaning it can hold a function. Its 0 value is null since no function is assigned to yet.